All right, 912 Oklahoma, welcome back. Time to talk about fireworks safety ahead of 4th of July weekend. A new report shows firework injuries have gone up since 2006. And in studio to talk all about this, Laura Gamino from OU Health. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's start with the first question. This new report, it says that injuries from fireworks have risen almost to 25% since 2006.
Yes.
Can you talk about, around this time of the year, what does OU Health see?
We do see a lot of blast injuries, and we do see burns too. And quite frequently, it's the blast injuries to the face that someone is getting ready to set something off, and it implodes before they had thought it would. Mm-hmm. But also fingers, just the head alone, with the eyes, ears, face. That's 35% of the injuries nationwide that are seen, but then fingers are 31%, and then extremities in your trunk.
And I know talking about this is kind of hard. I mean, you were talking about someone right now that was being treated for a blast injury.
Yes.
That person had to get reconstructive surgery.
Yes.
It is hard to talk about, but important to talk about too. Can you talk about why it's so important?
Well, one thing I really want to bring home is that over 50% of these are from the people that are hurt are 20 years or younger. And so, we all love using our fingers, we love being able to see, we love, walking with all our toes, and we just need to keep that in mind. And it's real.
Yeah, it is real. And, before we talk about the rules for fireworks, let's talk about the what not to do's this year.
Well, we really want to, these organizations come up with great taglines, and the American Burn Association came up with save the show for the pros. And I think there's nothing better said than that, and I think it's very well said. And we just really want to encourage people to go see the shows. People have good memories of their childhood with sparklers, but wood in a fireplace, wood burns at 575 degrees, glass melts at 900, and sparklers are over 2,000 degrees.
Wow.
So we don't want to put that in the hands of a little child. But if people are doing anything, always have water ready. Always have a water source, a hose, everything. Never, if something lights and it doesn't go off, don't approach it again thinking that you just need to relight it. You really have to always think safety. Safety, safety.
And now that
never hold them, never anything.
Right. Now that we're talking about safety, you went through some of the rules there. Water seems like the biggest one. Have that around.
If a burn does occur, the first thing is cool water, and then just lightly dress it with a clean sheet or clean dry bandage. Call 911. And that's what we want, because there are a lot of home remedies we found, and those are not helpful.
And just going through those safety tips again, what should people really keep in mind here for 4th of July weekend?
Hopefully they'll go see the big shows, enjoy that, enjoy your cookout, have fun, make it the big, highlight of the day in the evening. And if they do choose to do it on their own, have a water source handy and be very, very careful. And firecracker injuries too. I mean, those are very, very severe. And
we talked about a little bit about, if you do find yourself in a situation where you accidentally, something bad happened with a firework, what should people do? How do you gauge the seriousness at that point?
It's all serious. You cannot go, no one's going to laugh at you if you come with something that is not serious. Just go ahead and cool water and lightly dress it. Call 911, get to help, get to the hospital.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today to talk about these really important topics. Ahead of 4th of July weekend, I know a lot of people, they are going to head out to go to some of those professional shows. We have a link to those up on KOCO.com, and also the tips that you were talking about here in the As Seen On section.